Welcome to Aperitivo 50. In today's video, I'm going to go through with you some things that I have rebought for this house that we have in our house in Positano. So just a quick catch up if you're not sure what I'm talking about. Carlo and I have lived in Positano for 25 years. He was born and bred there, so he's lived there for way longer than that, but I've lived there with him for 25 years. And we've recently bought this lovely house in Tuscany, so we're going back and forth a lot at the moment. And there's certain things that I have rebought for this house, which we already have in the house in Positano, which I could not do without, and I just have doubled up because I love them so much. I didn't want anything else. So we're going to start in the kitchen. There's 4 things in the kitchen that I have rebought. First of all, my very expensive oil bottle. I have one of these in our kitchen in Positano. This is from the Casa Bottega restaurant or cafe in Positano. It's this beautiful hand-painted olive oil bottle that you take off the lid and you fill up with your olive oil of choice, and you can just pour it over salads and into the pans and whatever you need. So that is something that I have rebought. I've got another one exactly the same. And I have also rebought my NutriBullet blender. I couldn't live without this. I use it all the time. I'll do smoothies. Sometimes I will blend some soup in it. I can make hummus in it. And I use it pretty much every single day. So without even thinking about it, I went out and bought another one of these. Another thing is my knife set. But I must admit, I didn't buy this, and I didn't buy the one in Positano either. This is a gift from my father. Dad bought me a knife set in Positano, and it was pretty much identical to this, except this one has one more thing in it. It has a knife sharpener, which is brilliant, and I'm going to have to get one of these for Positano now, because as soon as your knife feels a little bit blunt, you can just get this out and just sharpen it up again, and that will cut through anything. So I really like this knife block. It just sits in the kitchen near the sink, and all my knives slot in there nicely, and there's a pair of scissors too. So that's another thing. I'm going to list all of these things under the video, so if you're interested in any of them, you can see what brand they are. Oh, the 4th thing is this little gadget here, which actually Carlo rebought because he loves this, but I use it all the time. This is an Alexa. I don't want her to wake up and answer. And I use that when I'm cooking. If I've got a recipe with American measures, I can just say, "Hey Alexa, how many grams is 50 pounds? And she doesn't answer me. "Hey Alexa, how many grams is 5 pounds?
5 pounds is about 2,268 grams.
But it tells you the conversions, which is great. And I also use it to listen to the radio. I like to listen to the English radio, and I change stations, and I can listen to any radio station I want on that. And also, if I suddenly want to hear a song, I can just ask her to play it. So I have that in the corner of the kitchen in both houses and use it all the time. Now, let's go upstairs. Now, in the bedroom, there's a couple of things that I need to double up on, and there's a couple of things that I already have doubled up on. I have doubled up on foam earplugs. I've got tons of them, and I buy them about 100 at a time. I have them everywhere. I have them in my bedside drawer here, in my bedside drawer in Positano, and I have them in all my travel bags, because I've got into the habit of not being able to sleep without earplugs in, because I hear every single little thing. The dogs that yawn, that stretch, that get up, that go out the cat flap, the owls outside, everything wakes me up. So I've got into the habit of putting in earbuds, and I use the smallest sized, very soft foam ones, and I can't do without them now. I have the curtains closed, by the way, because it is so hot up here that we're trying to keep the sunlight from coming into the room, and it's actually hotter outside than it is inside, even though it's about 31 degrees up in the bedrooms in the daytime, and it's about 37 degrees outside. So we close everything up, and then at night time we open it all up. We will be getting air conditioning installed. So the next thing that I have rebought is rucksacks. So you all know my orange rucksack that I've been wearing for the last 2 or 3 years, and lots of people ask where it's from. It's Rocker London, that's the brand. I bought myself an identical one in this colour, and I actually bought this over a year ago, and I just wasn't sure whether I'd chosen the right colour. It's dark for me, but I decided I would bring this one here and leave the orange one in Positano. And these rucksacks are just so great. I mean, you can just get everything in them. They've got lots of little pockets and a hidden pocket, and I really do love this rucksack. So that's something that I rebought for here. And also my little hand luggage bag. So when I travel back and forth to England, I use EasyJet, and they, in the last year or so ago, they reduced the size of the hand luggage that you can carry for free. So I have rebought these, which we had in a slightly bigger size, which are normal hand luggage size. And I bought the smaller ones as well, and I happen to have one of them here. No, I've probably got 2 actually. So we've got 2 in Positano and 2 here. The reason that we have rucksacks instead of wheelie bags is of course because at our house in Positano we can't use a wheelie bag. We have to carry everything up 465 steps to get to the road. So we always go for rucksacks, where even though we're here now, I do have a wheelie bag here which I brought because I don't use it in Positano, but I will be taking this back to Positano. So when I go to Positano, I'll pack this, and I will still have to carry it on my back down to the house. Now for a few things that I will be doubling up on, but I haven't quite got round to yet, just because they're a tiny bit expensive. So first of all, my GHD hair straighteners. I cannot live without these. Well, I can, but then I hate my hair. So I want to get another set of these. I have an original pair, I think from the first year that they came out. The original ones, which must be over 20 years ago now, and they are at my dad's house in England. So I have a pair there, and then this pair, which is actually about 16 years old, I have been taking back and forth with me. But last time I went back to Positano, I forgot to bring them, and I had to be a month without them. Luckily, my neighbour has a pair, and she lent me hers. But I need to get myself another pair, and they're a little bit pricey, so I will be getting around to that at some point. But yes, I definitely want a pair, and I will probably take these ones back to Positano and have the new ones here. The other thing that I will be doubling up on are my slippers. So for the last good few years, I have always bought UGG slippers, and I've just found that often the fur tends to rub off on them nowadays, and they don't really last more than a season, but which they're quite expensive. So I swapped last year, and I went for the Birkenstocks, which have got the fleecy lining in them, and I absolutely love them. And the fleece has stayed on, so after one winter's wearing, my Uggs would be completely bald here, and these are still thick and fleecy. And there's a couple of tiny bald spots. They're not even really bald, it's just compacted really. But the fur has stayed on really, really well on these. You can wear them outside, and that's what I need. I'm an outside slippers type of girl. I need to have slippers that I can pop outside in. So I will definitely be getting another pair of these at some point and having them in Positano. Back downstairs, and I have a few more things to show you. We have also doubled up on our vacuum cleaner. Carla bought this model about a year ago, or maybe a bit more, in Positano, and we love it. So we've bought exactly the same one here. It's a shark, and it comes with all of these different attachments. It has the little nozzle here, which is really useful for just going out and doing the car and stuff. It's really easy to use. I can't believe I'm demonstrating a vacuum cleaner, but there we go. You can just swap bits on and off, just like this. And you can take that outside and clean the car with it. Take that one off. Put on the special dog hair brush and clean the sofas with that, and it's just really, really handy, and it's very easy to empty. You just press that button there, the lid opens, you empty it into the bin, and it was definitely worth the money it cost. So we're very, very pleased with that. And the last thing I'm not going to do close up are my dirty old sneakers. These are Skechers. I have 2 pairs of these, identical, one here and one in Positano. And this is what I'm wearing currently to walk the dogs. It's far too hot for my hiking boots, which I would wear in the winter. And these are great because they're really lightweight, really comfortable, and you can chuck them in the washing machine when they get filthy. So I have 2 pairs of these as well. Last of all, a phone holder. I actually have a much nicer one in Positano, but I bought that a few years ago in John Lewis in England and can't find it anymore. So I've got a little plastic one here, but I use this every day. And when I'm on a FaceTime call with Sky or with Elizabeth, I stick my phone on there and I can carry on doing what I'm doing and talk to them and see them. I also use it for my Kindle, which fits perfectly there. And when I'm eating by myself, if Carlo's working and we're eating separately, which happens quite often, I will put my Kindle on that, and while I'm eating I can read without holding on to it. So very, very handy little gadget, which I just picked up on Amazon, didn't cost much at all. There's much nicer ones on sale. The one I've got in Positano is lovely. It's like a wooden one. It's like a wooden, but just one piece of carved wood. It's lovely, but this will do. And there we go. That is a load of things that I have doubled up on. We have in both houses. There's a few others as well, actually. I'm looking and I'm thinking, our selfie stick. We have these everywhere. We can't live without these. This is what we make the videos with. So put your phone in there and you can either use it as a tripod or you can hold it like that and have the phone not so close to your face. And even when I'm using this, if I don't have that with me, I'll use it for a FaceTime call because you can also turn it around that way. So that's a very handy thing. We have about 4 of these floating around in various places. So there we go. Hope you've enjoyed that. I will link everything below in case you're interested in any of it. It's all fairly easy to find. And thank you for watching. See you next time.